Morning, Steve here in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Markets are lower. In the bean complex, we're still concerned about export demand, especially from China. Again, our commitments running behind a year ago, but new crop commitments are record high. We also note that Indonesia may be relaxing its domestic sales requirement because of buildup in palm oil stocks, and that has palm oil, soybean oil, dalian futures lower, our soybean oil futures lower. This trend also weighs on Winnipeg and Matif rapeseed prices, and they are also lower. But domestic futures and crush margins on the futures is up to $2, and that's up from $1.35 in June. In the corn market, again, managed funds continue to liquidate longs. They believe the corn crop is made. Also, we're seeing that Brazil export prices for corn are cheaper than U.S. with a big lineup down there of vessels loading corn, taking away some of our sales. We also note that, like the picture behind me, the corn crop looks very good, even though it's hot. About 20% of the corn is silking in this area. Crop's about a week late, so that last week in July, first week in August will be critical for determining U.S. corn yield. We also note in the wheat market that we're down sharply again overnight, anticipation of a deal being signed in Istanbul between Russia and Ukraine on allowing Ukraine exports. Total grain exports out of Ukraine was 5.5 million tons prior to the war. To me, it's going to be very difficult for them to even do maybe 1 million tons, given all the logistic hurdles that they have to get over to get just one vessel out of a Ukraine port. We also note that so far, head of Russia and Ukraine have not yet agreed on this deal. So the wheat market also seeing potentially lower exports out of the Black Sea, lower EU exports, and maybe a lower Europe corn crop, possibly, and lower Argentina wheat crop due to lower plantings and dry conditions there. Outside markets, central banks continue to fight inflation by increasing interest rates. That rallies the dollar and weighs on commodity prices in general. And the Chinese lockdown of COVID also it raises concern about their economic growth and their demand for imported commodity goods. Hope everybody has a safe and happy weekend. These are my thoughts and not those of ADM Investor Services. And have a safe and profitable trading day. And remember, always treat people like you yourself would like to be treated.